Today we're going to be unboxing the Turin D64 grinder. This is a really highly sought after grinder. But before we unbox this, I just want to say welcome to Kabin's Coffee Corner. This channel is designed to help you choose the coffee gear you want to brew with at home. So we're going to be unboxing this. I'm going to review it a little bit later, and we're going to do some awesome comparisons with this and a few other grinders. So stay tuned for that, and please like and subscribe this video. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I do want to give a fair warning about this beforehand. Is this grinder was sent to me at a discount. I still paid for this, but it was sent to me by Espresso outlet in exchange for a video. This is going to still be an honest opinion of this grinder. They did not pay me or anything to do this. They simply just let me get this grinder at a discount in order to produce this video for you. So let's go ahead and pop this out. So the nice thing about this is me recommending or not recommending this grinder does not benefit me. So this is unbiased for that way. So we got the D64 instructions here. And let's see if I can pull this out. So the box is nice, but there was a little hole in it. But I've heard that's a pretty common thing for this grinder, is for the box to maybe be a little bit banged up in shipping. I don't know whose fault that is. So we got some nice foam there. Bellow dosing cup. Let's get to the good stuff here. Alright, so one of the things that this thing boasts is a 64 millimeter burr. And it's a flat burr set, which means it's different than a lot of other grinders that I currently have in my setup. Typically I have conical burr grinders like the Barazza 7 270WI, a Commandant, and a Niche Zero Kinu. I've only used conical. I've never used a flat burr, which is what is in this grinder. So I'm very excited for that. So we have the power cable here. Oh my gosh, this thing is heavy. We got a nice metal cap here. I thought this was plastic. I always thought this was plastic. But that's nice heavy duty metal that sits on there. We have the bellow, which this is one of the things I'm kind of excited about, that it has the bellow built into it, and it actually doesn't look that bad when you do it. So let's see, that sticks in just like that, and you simply put that on. It doesn't produce as much air as I expected for it. So this also has the new dial on here, so it has a better font than the previous models of this. It's got a little grip here to put the portafilter in, a standard 58 millimeter portafilter. It also comes with two bonus grip pads right there, and this plastic dosing cup here that you simply just slide right in there, and these grips are supposed to just make it stay in a little bit easier, and this is supposed to fit on a 58 millimeter basket fairly well. So let me get over to initial impressions here. I'm going to relate a lot of this to the James Hoffman video. He compared this with a Niche Zero to decide which grinder was better, since the Niche Zero is hard to get and this is a little bit more readily available. So he reviewed it, compared it to the Niche Zero, and he chose the Niche Zero based on a couple of different complaints here. One of them was the font, which they changed this quite a bit. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so that's how you adjust the dials. You just simply hang on to it there. But he complained about the font in there, which they switched. It seems like people are modding this thing to make it tilted more, but I don't know if this came tilted that way, and that's how they all have been, but it looks like it's way more tilted in prior ones. But he complained about this. He complained about the button here, which is still there. Yeah, he just wasn't as big of a fan with this as a Niche Zero, and he deemed the Niche Zero to be better. So one of the things we're going to be doing here soon is we are going to take the Turin, the D64 flat burr grinder, and I'm going to compare it with this Niche Zero here. I've used this for about 4 or 5 months here. It's worked great. It's a nice little grinder. When I compare these side by side right now, this I can't even pick up with one hand. It's like it's heavy and going anywhere on your counter. It's a solid piece, but he complained also about this is how you see the adjustment ring here. So shout out to Portakeeper. He sent me one of these over. Portakeeper bought my puck press a few months ago and graciously sent me this dial over as a gift, which you simply just slide on just like that, and it's supposed to be a little tight. I'm sure it's going to fit on there. I just need to finagle a little more. It's not supposed to move, but it goes all the way on this. Clearly this is a very raw unboxing video. So it slides on all the way down there. It's supposed to be a tight fit, and it's going to give you an adjustment on there. I'm going to mess with that later so I don't break it. The button placement, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I don't like this. Some people say they like this, but I don't like it. It feels really cheap. It has like a gap here at the bottom, like of this connection. I wish that was one solid thing. It doesn't feel very it just doesn't feel nice. I don't like that. I'm excited though to see these flat burrs on the inside and see what that looks like. So we're going to be comparing this side by side to the Niche. I'm going to do my review on whether I actually like the Turin or not. I've seen people mixed views about which one is better in the price range. This one's going to be a little bit cheaper and easier to get than the Niche. Both can do filter, both can do pour over. I'm also, after the review, I'm going to slap these in there. This is what the burrs somewhat look like on the inside of the Turin. These are the SSP, I think they're unimodal burrs. These are the espresso focused that you would see on Prima Coffee. I got these slightly used off of home barista form, but I'm going to put these inside the Turin a little later down the road, and we're going to see how that works and if that actually is worth the upgrade, because this is a $200 upgrade for a set of burrs for a grinder that already has great burrs. But apparently, to my knowledge, this is going to give stock, should produce better cups than the Niche, and I'm going to test that out. From what I've heard, it produces better cups. You get like more fruity, more well-rounded shots with the Turin than you do the Niche. Not saying the Niche is bad. So we're going to be comparing that and seeing what that looks like on there, and just the workflow, the ease of use, which one I would choose if I were to have one of these grinders and why. So yeah. This is going to answer hopefully a lot of questions that people have, and most importantly, I'm going to answer the question, do I think James Hoffman was wrong in his review on how he reviewed the Turin versus the Niche? Should be very interesting. I'm excited to see this grinder perform. I've been waiting for this one for a while now. I'm excited to see these SSP burrs in there and how that performs for espresso, and just really kind of dive into the question is what is different between flat burrs and what is different between conical burrs, and is this the go-to grinder for everything now that you should buy, because it's a reasonable price point. It's still high for a lot of people. It's a reasonable price point for espresso. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, please subscribe and stay tuned for some of the new content coming forward. Thank you.